An ambulance worker in Connecticut who was sacked after she criticised her supervisor on Facebook could find herself at the centre of a landmark case. People have run into trouble for letting off steam on Facebook before, but this time the US government has stepped in, it seems. The National Labour Relations Board argues that Dawn Marie Souza's comments were protected by law and her sacking was illegal. Her employers say her dismissal didn't have anything to do with Facebook. Protecting what people say online is a legal grey area. In the UK, the British Law Society warned that sacking people for their online comments could lead to unfair dismissal claims. And in Germany, the government drafted a law in August that would make it illegal for companies to read up on job applicants by friending them on social networking sites like Facebook. So how much should your boss know about you from your Facebook page? And could it get you into trouble? Michael Woodward, or Dr. Woody, is, as he's known, is a career coach who knows all about social networking. He joins us now. Thank you so much for joining us, Dr. Woody. I mean, this was always going to build up into a legal sort of confrontation, wasn't it? Which way do you think it's going to go?
Well, first of all, it's good to be here, Max. And I'll tell you something. You know, in my book, The U Plan, I talk about this notion of personal accountability in social media. And right now, what I'm concerned about, in particular, when you look at this case of this woman in Connecticut, she got online and trashed her boss, not only to her friends and followers, but also other colleagues who were following her on her Facebook page. Now, the issue here is she is a classic example of someone who didn't realize their reach and the extent of the people that can actually hear what she's broadcasting out there. And I think what's going to happen is you're going to see companies are really going to start getting really concerned about this, because at the end of the day, Max, they've got a brand that they have to protect, and if you're out there reaching out as someone who's part of that brand and a representative of that, but saying things that are counter to it, these companies are going to have real concerns. Now, I'm not a lawyer, so I don't know which way legally this is going to go, but it's certainly going to be something that's going to be fought out, I think, for a long time. You can see both sides, though, can't you? Because the employee perhaps has a right to have a conversation privately in a room or on Facebook, but also, you know, it's pretty naive to think that it's private. It's not private, is it? Facebook, social networking is not private. And Max, here's the interesting thing, right? Because I heard someone use the analogy of the water cooler, right? In the old days, you go have a conversation at the water cooler, you complain about your boss or you say some negative things, and at worst case scenario, someone may repeat that to somebody else, but it's hearsay. When you do that online, when Facebook or Twitter or LinkedIn or any of these other mediums become the water cooler, what happens is the statement you make is posted and it's of record and it's there indefinitely. And it's actually a record of what you said, and you don't have control of where that direct conversation goes. It's one thing at the water cooler for me to say something to you, then maybe it gets repeated, who knows what's accurate, but if I post something that's from me and that continues to get reposted, I think that's a real challenge. And let's be realistic here. There are, what, over 500 million users of Facebook, and Twitter maybe about a little over 100 million users. Once you post something, you don't know who else is going to repost that and then repost it, and it becomes the public record. So that's what really concerns me is I think we all have to take some personal accountability about what we're saying and understand that we don't necessarily have control of where it's going to go.
Okay, Dr. Woody, thank you so much for joining us on the program today. Interesting stuff.